Hi guys, welcome back. So I am done cutting my pattern. This is the back, this is the front, the hoodie. Now if you notice here, I already cut the pocket for the front because I want to put a pocket in front. This is the front. I also cut the band. So to cut the band, I wanted a band of 2 inches. So I cut 5 inches. This is 5 inches. By the time I fold this into 2, this will be 2.5. I'll sew 0.5 and I'll be left with 2 inches. The same thing applies to this also. Now, to get the width of the band, I measured the circumference of what I have on the body, that's the front and the back, multiplied by 2. Then I removed 6 inches from it. Now, the 6 inches is not constant, but because my fabric is very stretchy, I can do away with 6 inches. Sometimes you can remove 4, sometimes you can even remove 7. It depends on how stretchy your fabric is. And I did the same thing for the sleeve also. This is the band for the sleeve. You can see that it's shorter than the width I have on my wrist. But by the time I pull it, because my fabric is stretchy, it will align. The next thing for me to do now is go over to the sewing machine and sew. The first thing we need to do is join the shoulder. This is the front. And this is the back. What I want to do now is sew the shoulder here and also this point. I'll bring it back to show you once I'm done sewing. I've joined the shoulder. This is it. The shoulder is joined. So the next thing for me to do is attach my pocket. So to attach the pocket will be on the front part. This is the front part. Now, the pocket is supposed to be centralized. So what I will do is, I'll notch the center of the front. Notch the center. The pocket will be on the right side. This is the center. So this is how the pocket will be. I'll stitch here, stitch here, stitch here. I'll go over to the machine now to do it and also come back to show you after sewing next. So here the pocket has been fixed. This is it, the pocket fixed. What I need to do now is attach my sleeve. See, the armhole part is still opened. Can you see this? The armhole part is still open, so I need to insert my sleeve now. This is my sleeve. I'll notch the center. I notch the center. So I'll place it this way. Center to center. The sleeve will be equal to the armhole. Remember, we measured it while we were doing the pattern. So I'll just pin. As for this side also, I'll pin. Like I told you, the armhole and the sleeve will be equal because we already measured it while drafting the pattern. Okay, so I've pinned it now. I'll take it to the sewing machine to sew. I'll do the same thing on this side also. Notch the center of the sleeve, fix it in the armhole. So I'll also go and sew and bring it back for you to see. Here the sleeve has been attached. This is the sleeve. It's been attached. See? This is it. So this is what it looks like. So this is the sleeve. It has been attached. The side is still open. The side is still open. So what I need to do now is sew the sides. This side and also this side. I'll join the side. Then we proceed to put the band. Now the sides has been joined. This is it. Also this side joined. So this is what it looks like. The next thing for me to do now is attach my band on the sleeve and here. So we'll do that on the sewing machine. All right, so I want to fix the band for the sleeve now. This is the band for the sleeve. So I'll pick one. This is the sleeve. The band will be on the wrist here. I already explained how I cut the band. So what I need to do now is put the band together, sew the end, this way. Pin. This way also. And notch the center. This is the center already notched. So you pin it. So you pick the sleeve. This is the sleeve. The band is way smaller than the sleeve. Now the first thing to do is notch the sleeve also to get the middle part of the sleeve. This part, notch this side. Now, put the sleeve inside the band. Align the seam allowance together. Pin this. Now, place the notch part here to the notch part of the sleeve. And also pin it. That way, it makes the gathers equal. So now we want to sew. Pull the band, but don't pull the sleeve. So just watch what I'll do now. Pull the band, but don't pull the sleeve. Okay, so this is what we have. So this same method, I will use it to fix the other side of the sleeve. This is this. Then we proceed to fix the other side. This is the band for the two sleeves. So the next thing for me to do now is to fix the band for the lower part. And I have it here. So the same method we use for the sleeve is what we're going to use here. So I will lock these two ends. Also put it together. Pin it. And adjust every other side. So you notch the middle point also. That's the other side. Here, notch this side. And also pin it. So the same way I did for the sleeve, this is the band. Put the body inside the band, like this. Your side seam on this side should align with this pin. While this side should also align. And you also pull to sew. Remember to pull the band and not the fabric itself. So I'll show you what it looks like after joining. Okay, so I'm done joining the band. This is it. The sleeve. So the next thing for us to proceed to do now is to join the hoodie on the neck. So now I want to sew the hoodie. What I'll do is I'll sew this part. I'll sew this part and fold this part inside. Remember, I added 2.5 sewing allowance here. That's 1 inch. Then I'll put my eyelet. I'll come back to show you what it looks like after sewing. So this is the hoodie. I've sewn this part. I've added my eyelet. This is what it looks like inside. The next thing for me to do now is to attach it on the neckline of the sweatshirt. All right, so this is the sweatshirt and this is the hoodie. What I did is I just joined this tip together. Just run a stitch to hold this tip together because I need to fix this part on the neckline. So the first thing I need to do is place the both shoulder together like this and notch the CB. Also notch the CF. Okay, so after notching this, you pick the hoodie this way. Now, place the notch part of the back, that's the CB, to the CB of the hoodie and pin it. And also this one, ensure you are doing right, both right side are facing themselves. Place the CF of the hoodie to the CF of the sweatshirt and also pin. The circumference of the hoodie and the circumference of the neckline will align because we also measured while we were drafting, and that is exactly what you can see here. So I'll just run a stitch around it and come and show you the finished look of the sweatshirt. So I have attached the hoodie to the neckline and I also top stitched on the neckline. This is it at the back. This is what it looks like. I'll fit it on the mannequin so that we can see what it looks like. So because I don't want the sweatshirt to be plain, I have this heat transfer design I want to put on it. Like I said, this is heat transfer. I'll just use my iron to transfer design on the sweatshirt. I'll go to the ironing table. I'll come back to show you what it looks like. Here is it. I've ironed it. So let me remove this now so we can see what the design looks like. So this is what we have. I'll take it to the mannequin now and fit it on the mannequin.